Hey, how are you today? This is Healthyish, your, almost daily podcast from Body and Soul. I am Felicity Harley, and today I'm talking to model, actress, and L'Oreal ambassador Ellie Gonçalves. She's also coming up on Big Brother VIP. Oh, can't wait for that one. This Gold Coast influencer is fit, like super fit. Actually, she has her own program called Body by Ellie. So I wanted to grill her on her fitness regime to inspire your next sweat session. Now, we keep these episodes of Healthier short. So if you want to hear my full chat with Ellie, we go into hair. We discuss all things hair. She has radically changed her look over the years. So we discuss the responses to this, and she has some really interesting things to say. If you want that podcast, search for Extra Healthyish wherever you get all your podcasts. Ellie, thank you so much for coming on Healthyish. Now we're talking fitness today. Firstly, what does fitness mean to you?
Well, thanks so much for having me on your podcast. This is really, really exciting. Fitness means, I think in the beginning when I started to really focus on my health and well-being, it was mainly aesthetically motivating for me. The aesthetics was motivating me to really, really get into health and fitness. And then I started realizing and seeing a lot of the amazing health benefits that came from really taking care of myself that, I had no idea how to do when I was a lot younger. So I just started really putting in a lot of research and time and effort into learning about it, how the human body works, what fitness does to me. I literally just went and researched as much as I possibly could to figure out how I could be as healthy as I could to have a really amazing career as a model. So I think that's really how it started. And then I didn't realize until my dad passed away. I was in America. He passed away from suicide, which was something that was really, really hard for me to overcome. Thank you. It was a really, really hard time in my life. And fitness was something that I fell back on, that I realized this is just so amazing for my emotions, for just getting me moving was really doing so much for my mental health. And that's something that I really didn't realize how much it contributes to. So, I think it's something it's not about aesthetics for me anymore. It's more about my mental health and how I feel and keeping my body moving and healthy. And, we all want to look like Christy Brinkley when we're 50. So that's also a motivator.
Yes, please. I think so many people could relate to, you're driven to exercise to look a certain way, but it really makes you feel a certain way. So tell me, what do you do weekly nowadays for working out? What does your fitness regime look like?
I think I really just try and keep everything in moderation for my fitness. I really don't make it as something that I have to do every day. It's something that I really want to do. So I would go and do weights from sort of Monday to Friday and do, a bit of cardio on the weekend. I might go for a run or for a walk, but I really don't pressure myself to do something every single day. I think that's when it starts to get a bit obsessive and it starts to become more about I have to do this instead of I want to do this. I want to do this for my body and my health. But it's something that I've really found over time that it's got to be in moderation. You can't over exercise because then you put yourself in a deficit and then you don't start to enjoy it. But yeah, that's ultimately what I love to do during the week, and then have a bit of cardio, or I'll go walking on the weekends with my dog and my partner, or we'll go bike riding. But it's just about keeping active as much as I can while still enjoying it. And I think a lot of people can relate to that. I think a lot of people sort of feel like they have to do it. But during COVID, I think that they've found, and especially I've found that, obviously I haven't been in a crazy lockdown like everybody has. I've been in Queensland, but I think people are realizing more and more that exercise is so great for your mental health, and it's so great for your social health as well, because you're around so many like-minded people who are all getting out doing the same thing, doing something good for themselves. So yeah, I really do think that that's been such a driver for me to enjoy exercise.
Yeah, good point. Now, what about when you can't be bothered working out? What motivates you and inspires you to just get your ass going?
Oh my God, I think we've all been there. We just have those days where we're tired. But I try and do it in the mornings. I try and just get into a routine of I wake up, I have my coffee or my pre-workout, I'll go to the gym, I'll just get it done. It's out of the way, it's done with. You don't have to think about it for the rest of the day. And if you want to go for a walk in the afternoon before you have dinner or whatever, go for a bike ride, then you can. But you don't have to worry or stress about going through your full work day and then trying to figure out whether you can fit in a workout between you finish work and you got to get home and get back to your kids, or you've got to do all these things afterwards, or you've got to catch up on work stuff. It's, your morning routine is so important. And I find that, if you start early, you're just done. You're done for the day. No one's bothering you early in the morning. So just go and get it done, finish the workout, and then you can just feel good about the rest of your day. Yeah, you don't have to worry about
100%. It. Now, do you do your own program, Body by Ellie, or have you got any go-to exercises that you do? Tell us about this.
Oh my God. So I lived on my program while we were in quarantine, while we were in lockdown for the first time. I've done it all around the world in every single hotel room that you can think of while I was traveling and working. And it's just something that it's really easy to do. You don't need any equipment. You don't need much space. So I think that aspect of my Body by Ellie program is just so good. And it's just something that I can go to that's always consistent. I know that it gets me results because it's based on my actual it's based on my own transformation. So, and everything that I did to transform my body when I was going through, 17, 18, 19 years old. And yeah, I also work with my personal trainer as well here in the Gold Coast. I think he's just been incredible because it's a little bit of that, extra motivation, just keep going, do that extra set, do that extra rep.
I love to hear that you struggle with it too. I love to hear that you need someone to motivate you through it.
I have been like a fitness fanatic for years, but everybody has their moments of just not feeling like they're motivated, not feeling like their body looks good. And I've been there, trust me. Like I have regularly say to my partner, like, I think I've got body dysmorphia, especially on my periods. Like when I get my period, I just feel like, I'm sorry, but I feel like a whale. And I'm going to be totally honest about it because I'm like carrying more water than the Hoover Dam sometimes. And all of these things are out of our control. We get really like hormonal. We have all of these problems. And yeah, you can get body dysmorphia a lot of the time when you're in those situations. But I also just try to always bring it back to, okay, like I've got to realize and sit with how I'm feeling and just understand that this is just coming from a place that's just, it's hormonal. It's not how I really feel. Like I don't need to stress about it. But I think we all have those moments, and it's important to understand that everybody has them. It's not just the person listening to this podcast who's having a down day about their body or whatever. I think it's got to come back to just appreciating our bodies and what they do for us, and moving as much as we can and keeping ourselves healthy and focusing on those things, because that's what ultimately makes us feel incredible. So, but also it's fine to have those moments too when you feel like absolute shit. So
I agree. Yep. Embrace those moments when you're feeling like shit and love the ones when you feel amazing. Ellie, thank you so much for coming on Healthy-ish.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, thanks for listening to my chat with L'Oreal ambassador Ellie. Also, she mentioned that she is running an awesome giveaway on her Instagram pages. There are some fabulous prizes, so jump on her Instagram. I'll leave all the links to that in the show notes. If you want more from Ellie as well, log on to our Extra Healthy-ish podcast. That podcast we launch every morning, Monday to Thursday. If you want any other fabulous health and fitness stories, log on to bodyandsoul.com.au or follow us on Instagram or Facebook. Thanks again for joining us as always. And if you have a moment, we'd be so grateful if you could rate, review and subscribe to this podcast. And until tomorrow, stay healthy-ish.